I'd rather they put me on the street and kill me. I can't live like this and think killing myself.
So this is what they carry around.
It's killing my spine. I'm gonna be paralyzed.
I didn't come here to make a travel video. I didn't come here to romanticize pain. I came here because some stories don't start in books. They start on the ground in places like this. Today, I'm in Badagry, Nigeria, and beside me is an African American woman visiting this country for the first time. When people talk about slavery, they usually start in America. Plantations, auctions, cotton fields, but slavery didn't begin there. It began here. This was one of the last places enslaved Africans stood as free human beings. Before names were changed, before languages were erased, before families were permanently separated. Standing here feels different when the person next to you comes from the other side of that history. This isn't just a museum visit, it's a physical return to a place our ancestors were taken from, violently, permanently. In this video, we're not rushing, we're not cutting corners. We're walking the same path, step by step, from the building spaces to the point of no return. Some of what you will see is uncomfortable. Some of what you will hear will sit with you long after this video ends. But if history matters, this matters. And if you've ever wondered where the story really began, this is it. Hey guys, what is up? So today's video we're going to Badagry Museum. So I'm picking up Caroline very soon. Let's go. Okay, so here's Caroline and we're ready to go.
How you doing?
How was your night? How was your holiday?
It was good. It was
Okay.
good. On the third week, all I did
Welcome to Badagry, guys. We're about 15 minutes or so from the museum. Our first stop is the museum itself. This is where the story moves from abstract to evidence. On the walls are drawings, photographs, and written records, not opinions, not myths. Documented system of capture, trade, and transport. The tour guide explains how people were taken, some through war, some kidnapped, some sold by local middlemen under pressure from European traders. What stands out isn't just the cruelty, it's the organization. Routes were planned, numbers were tracked, profits were calculated. As the guide speaks, I watch her reactions. She doesn't interrupt. She doesn't ask many questions. She's processing. When slavery is taught abroad, it's often summarized, dates, numbers, outcomes. But here, you realize how deliberate it all was. This wasn't chaos. This was logistic. She tells me quietly that growing up, slavery always felt distant, something finished. Standing here, it feels unfinished. Because history doesn't disappear just because time passes. It waits in places like this.
Then this canoe gun, the bigger one go for 100 slaves, the smaller one for 40 slaves. Then we also have the replica slave ship. We have the upper deck for the slave master enjoying themselves for 2 to 3 months. The lower deck for the slave, they line them up like sardine, like geisha. The dead and the sick will be thrown into the ocean. Even if the boat is going on the high sea and want to capsize, they release live slave for the boat to be free. If you have watched The Woman King, the Agojes, they fought for our freedom. We have Nani of Ghana, she fought for our freedom. She poisoned the food of the slave master and freed the slave under them. We have Harriet Tubman, she fought underground war and saved 300 souls without no one dying. Then we have some of our people that are taken from Nigeria to Brazil. They maintain the culture of Nigeria, like the way we have Iemenja in Brazil. In Nigeria, we have Iemenja there in Brazil.
Okay, so we just finished taking a tour of the explanation of the whole thing, and right now we're going to go check out the other areas, the other parts, see the things, these chains and the slavery spots where everything happened in real life. We're then taken to the first story building in Nigeria. It's usually presented as a symbol of progress, but progress for who? Upstairs, traders discuss shipment, prices, schedules. Downstairs, human beings waited, sometimes for weeks. Standing inside, you realize something unsettling. Modern Nigeria began in the same places where freedom ended for millions. She runs a hand along the walls and sees something simple but heavy. Someone like me stood here. That sentence alone is enough to slow everything down.
So guys, we're done with the first story building in the whole of Nigeria where Christianity was taught and all of that. Now we're going to the other side. I'm not really sure which side that is yet.
Inside Mobee building, history becomes physical. Chains are laid out, cold, heavy. She tries lifting one, her face it changes immediately. She says,
I think I'd rather they put me on the street and kill me. I can't live like this.
but millions didn't get that choice. These chains were worn for weeks, months. The weight wasn't just physical, it was psychological. Silence fills the room. No background music can improve this movement. Iron doesn't need commentary.
I went to experience the wolf. I don't think Caroline is ready for it, but can you, Uncle? Help her.
To reach the point of no return, we cross water. The same way they did. The ride is short but heavy. This water wasn't a boundary, it was a separation.
So guys, we decided to walk to the point of no return. We decided to do it the way they did it.
The walk is long. Heat, sand, fatigue. At one point, she's visibly tired, but keeps going. This walk was designed to exhaust people before the ships. Along the way, we were shown another well used to erase memory. Security was layered. We keep walking, and eventually, we see it. This is it. The last point of return. This isn't just history, it's inheritance. And places like this deserve to be remembered properly. So, why don't more Nigerians come here? Why isn't this place talked about more in our schools? Why do people argue online instead of standing in places like this? And what would change if more people actually walk this path? In my next video, I take you through the most surprisingly modern city in Nigeria. Subscribe so you don't miss out.